There's a moment when your body screams, stop, when your mind whispers, give up, when everything around you tells you, it's over. But then there's another voice, quiet, brutal, unstoppable. The one that says, no, not yet. That's the voice of a warrior. That's the voice that built legends. That's the voice inside Monkey D. Luffy. Because when he falls, he doesn't think about defeat. He only thinks about how to stand again. Every time Luffy was crushed, broken, bleeding, he smiled. Not because he liked pain, but because pain reminded him he was still alive, still fighting, still becoming something greater. When Marineford tore his heart apart, when his brother fell in front of him, he didn't quit. He broke down, but he got back up. He screamed louder than fate itself. Because that's what no quit really means. It's not about being fearless. It's about being hurt, destroyed, shattered, and still saying, I'm not done yet. People think strength is about muscles or power, but real strength is in the mind. Luffy doesn't think like the rest of us. He doesn't understand giving up. To him, losing isn't real unless he stops trying. He doesn't care how strong the enemy is. Kaido, the Navy, the world itself, it doesn't matter. Because Luffy was never fighting them. He was fighting doubt. And that's the enemy inside all of us. That voice that says, you can't. You'll fail. You're not enough. Luffy silences that voice with one word. Gomu Gomu no. Keep going. Everyone breaks. Everyone bleeds. But not everyone rebuilds. Luffy doesn't just rise, he evolves. Each scar is a lesson. Each loss becomes his armor. Each failure becomes fuel. The world tried to crush him, but every punch he took only sharpened his resolve. Because he understood something most people never do. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control one thing. You don't quit. And that makes you dangerous. Because the moment you refuse to give up, you become unstoppable. So remember this. When you're tired, when you're doubting yourself, when life throws everything it has at you, you've got two choices. Stay down or rise like hell. Luffy never waited for hope. He became hope. He fought with broken bones, laughed through fear, and stood up when everyone else fell. That's what no quit means. Not perfection, not talent, but heart. That raw, burning will that says, I'll die standing before I ever kneel. So whatever your dream is, whatever mountain you're climbing, whatever storm you're trapped in, don't stop now. Not when you've come this far. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be relentless. Because Luffy taught us one thing. Dreams don't die when you fail. They die when you quit. And if you refuse to quit, you've already won. So get up, clench your fists, and fight again. Because there's no quit in you. And when the dust settles, when the blood dries, and silence fills the air, Luffy's still standing. Not because he's invincible, but because he refused to stay down. That's his secret. That's his madness. He doesn't quit, no matter how heavy the world gets. He doesn't wait for strength. He becomes it. He doesn't pray for miracles. He creates them through pain. So if you're still breathing, if your heart's still beating, then listen carefully. Your story isn't over. Not yet. You've fallen? Good. Now rise. You failed? Perfect. Now fight again. Because legends aren't born from victory. They're born from refusal. Refusal to quit. Refusal to break. Refusal to die silent. So stand tall. Wipe the blood off your face and whisper it like Luffy. I don't quit. Keep moving, keep fighting, keep breathing. Because this world only fears one kind of soul, the one that never stops.